Hello, everybody. I am life and relationship coach Danny A.
And I'm Steven Spikes. I'm an Atlanta-based filmmaker currently living in Miami, Florida.
And we are the co-creators of the web series Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we want to begin this video by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I think at this point we're at 78,000 views for the web series. And I really want to say that we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. All of the support that you guys have given, whether you like it or not, the fact that you watched it and possibly shared it, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribed or didn't. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to us.
Thank you. This is really cool. It's my first live stream.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about it. So
this is actually our second stream for the night because we did an entire stream and had a wonderful conversation and playful banter, and the mic wasn't on. So had to redo the whole thing. But it's fine because we do appreciate everyone out there, so we don't mind doing it twice. Who are we? A little bit about us as people.
Let's see. I'm the oldest of 4 children.
No, like in context of the web series.
Oh, in context of the web series. You should have said that. Yeah, as people. In context of the web series, I'm the director, producer, co-creator, co-writer, and editor.
Awesome. I am the executive producer. I am the co-creator. I am the assistant director. I am one of the makeup artists. I am co-writer as well. And I have another title. I don't know. But basically, we are a small crew making this web series happen in the most professional way possible. Let's just jump right into the questions that you guys have either asked us on one of our previous episodes or tweeted us or Instagrammed us or put underneath the live stream video that we had updating about this event. Why did we name it Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved? Why did we name it that?
I don't know. It's your book, your concept. You tell us how you named it.
I'm the author. Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved, the web series, is actually based on a book that I have written, being released at the end of the summer 2014. The title of the book is Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved. It is a novel, and it's 36 stories of African American women and their story from both their perspective and the men that loved them, or the men that was in a relationship with them. From that, producer and director Steven Spikes approached me about the project. I told him about the book, and he suggested that we create a web series that's just kind of like a visual appendage to the book. Little did we know that the web series kind of took a life of its own, and so it became Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved, the web series, then soon to be Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved, the book, and then we are actually in talks of in the process of completing a documentary, Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved. What is your take about the title?
I love the title. As a filmmaker, I truly believe that no story should be left untold. No matter how big or how small, no matter how controversial. As filmmakers, our goal is to tell stories, no matter if the public likes it or not. And I absolutely love the title, and that's just my take on it. I think that the controversy behind the title was good.
The first question that we have that was actually submitted by a viewer is, are we having any more episodes of Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we are. We do understand that we only had 3 episodes, and they were kind of staggered. They weren't really consistent. Anything to say about that?
Life happened.
Yeah.
We were constantly in talks. It's also very expensive to put the shows on. They're very expensive, and so between trying to finance a very professional looking web show and you know, trying to pay your own bills and live like it gets very expensive, and sometimes you have to sit back and say, well, you know, while you know this is very entertaining for a lot of people, at the same time, I didn't want to be, you know, in the process of entertaining individuals and then I end up evicted.
We have to say eviction.
I'm
That's
sorry,
so ratchet.
I'm sorry.
I don't think eviction would have.
Well, no, no eviction. Like, that's pretty extreme, but for the most part, we got to pay rent, you know, we had to pay bills, and just catch on. And Sally Mae, she calls my phone when she wants her money. So yes, I have to pay Sally every month. She makes sure of that.
Right. So we do have 36 episodes. They're not all completed, of course. We began shooting in Miami, so we did 5 episodes in Miami. Then we'll be shooting in Atlanta, season 2. Season 3 will be in New York, and then season 4 will be in LA. So do look out. We will be having casting calls in the future. But yes, to answer your question, we will definitely have more episodes because we have so many more stories to tell. The next question, and if I butcher your YouTube or your Twitter or screen name, apologies, but Reham Bakat, I think that's Bakat. Why are we only showing angry black bitter women?
I don't think so.
I don't think we're only showing angry black bitter women. I don't think that's the case. I think in every relationship, there's real conflict. In a story, there has to be some sort of conflict, right? And the whole purpose of Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved is to have transformative conversation. We're trying to spark transformative conversation. So each woman or each man in the story has their own personal conflict. In episode 1 with
Candy, excuse me.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I didn't see her, you know, and pertain to the aspect of the user comment, you know, being angry, you know, black bitter women. I don't think she was angry. I don't think she was bitter. I think she sounded like a fed up woman.
Right. She sounded tired, and she sounded like any woman that lived with a man, and you leave the house and he's sleeping, and you come home and he's still sleeping, and he's not working or contributing very little, and you feel overwhelmed, and you kind of feel like you're stuck in this relationship because if you're not taking care of him, then he's not going to love you. That's kind of where she bubbled over in that particular episode. But we're not only showing angry black women. You can be a woman that has conflict and not necessarily always be angry. So let me say that.
I like that.
You're not talking as much as we first recorded it. At Hugh Blake said the stories have nothing to do with the title, which this really isn't a question. It's kind of like a statement. The stories do have everything to do with the title. We're not saying that black women don't deserve to be loved. Contrary, surprise, I'm black and I am a woman.
I'm black. My mother's black. My sister is black. My dad is black.
We're not saying that you don't deserve to be loved. You do absolutely deserve to be loved. Every woman, regardless of her sexual orientation, color, complexion, size, whatever, deserves to be loved. Every person deserves to be loved. And that's what we're trying to say. You deserve to be loved, but more importantly, you deserve to love yourself. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Makes a lot of sense. I think that the title, you know, is based off of social stigma. You know, just the way, you know, black women are portrayed in media. And, you know, in a lot of films, and I dare not, you know, call out other filmmakers, but you know who they are, the way, like, some black women are portrayed in films, and, you know, the other races view black women. So, once again, I believe that all women should be loved.
So the title is not to have a web series showing why black women don't deserve to be loved. We are Black people, and we do believe in the upliftment of our people. The title is an attention grabber. We've gone to so many festivals, we've gone to so many events, we've marketed our web series to places like ABFF and all those things. And of course, when you meet other filmmakers and you tell them Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved is my web series, either they're A, going to want to watch, or B, want to know more. And that is why we named it Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved, because we want people to feel like, I want to know more about this. Why would a Black woman who obviously loves being Black title her web series Black Women Don't Deserve to Be Loved? So that's why we named it that title. Anything you want to add to that? At Charisma Brown, when will we show Black women who do deserve to be loved? That's a good question. We get that a lot.
Once again, as previously stated, we believe that all women deserve to be loved. You know, just because we show a woman that's that's standing up or cursing or or changing herself or fighting for her individuality as a person, doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be loved.
Correct. And all these women, every woman in each episode, regardless of how you feel, if you feel that she was wrong or right, deserves to be loved. What we did is we wanted to open a platform where you could have a conversation with your sister, your mom, your coworker, your mentor, your mentee about things going on in their relationships. It's easier to talk to someone who you know is in a codependent relationship, or who you feel by the way that they talk about their spouse is in a codependent relationship, by sharing first the web series and then saying, you want to talk about it a little bit and how it may relate to our lives. It's more palatable that way, as opposed to coming up to someone and saying, you're in a codependent relationship. Let's talk about it. Make sense? Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And we have so many stories to tell. We have 36 episodes. Could you imagine 36 women? The way we kind of pick and choose which ones we distribute first is by impact. We felt that there are a lot of women who are in codependent relationships, and that would be impactful. And then we felt that there are a lot of women who have dealt with their self-image, and that would be impactful. And then we felt that homosexuality or same-sex relationships and being able to be who you are around the people that you love is very important, and that too would be impactful. So how we disseminate the episodes are truly by chance. And so we will show the woman who is loving and supportive and not loud and not overbearing and still ends up single or ends up hurt, but we wanted to make sure that we got to everyone's story. So give us some time.
I totally agree with that. I really do. No, I really do agree.
You have to say more than you just agree.
No, I
you were so talkative the first time we shot. Are you tired?
No, I'm not tired.
I feel like you are.
No, I really do agree with everything she said. I'm just the kind of person. If someone says it, there's no need for me to come behind them and try to outshine them. That's what I said.
Another question that we got is, where are the ends of the episodes? By @MissAngelHeaven1.
So that is a very, very common thing we get. A lot of times we get, we're gonna see the end, where it's a closure. We even had people send us emails like, I didn't like the ending. Everyone, I want to make this clear. We're telling the stories of Black women. I don't live in your life. You don't live in my life. And when it's all said and done, we're just showing. We're showing certain Black women, based on women that we've talked to. When we've interviewed, we've sat down with several, we've sat down with hundreds of women throughout the past years before this concept even came up. So, and our goal is, basically to tell the end of your story. If this is you or your friend, I can't tell you how you should end it.
Right.
The only thing I can say, hey, this is how you look at this.
Right.
And notice, and in the episodes, we don't take sides. Everything is shown and written from a very neutral perspective.
Correct. The whole point of having transformative conversation is that you end the story the best way for you. So if you are in a codependent relationship and in your heart of hearts you feel like I'm with this guy and the only reason why he's with me or the only reason why he stayed is because I am providing food, shelter, clothing, sex, outlet, drugs, whatever the case may be. If you see yourself on camera, you will change. In the real world, no one can make you change. The only one that can change you is essentially you. And you would have to have that want to change or have better for yourself or create that conversation with the person you're with or those who are around you saying, listen, this is what I'm going through and I'm trying to do better. And that's pretty much why we never end. And for example, episode 1, what happens in episode 1? Candy. She sees the text messages, and after confronting him and telling him to get out, and she still chooses to engage in engagement, I guess, with the guy that she's with. Just because she sees the text messages and she's sneaking his phone doesn't mean that she stayed with the guy. And it also doesn't mean that they didn't have a conversation and say, listen, this is what you're doing. Either you're going to treat me well or we're going to have to end it. It doesn't mean that none of those things happen. But hopefully, if you are Candy, if you are in that relationship, you do what's best for you. Meaning, if you know that you're in a codependent relationship, you create the ending of our web series. And don't hesitate to email us because we always love to hear those stories. So that's pretty much it. That's what we wanted to address in the beginning. You wanted to mention a few emails that we've gotten about.
Yes, a lot of emails and even some of the comments we've had, especially early on. A lot of comments where like, you guys don't have to show sex to tell a story, or we had one comment saying, "Oh, this is just too sexual." I just want to make it known that we're human beings. We have sex.
Right.
Just because we show someone having sex doesn't mean that it's too sexual. People have sex, and unfortunately, and especially most of these stories we're telling a lot of these women, sex is something that you guys lay down, you have sex, and you get up and think everything's all right again.
Right.
And I think that was important for us to show.
And in normal, healthy relationships or normal relationships, you have sex. Either you're having sex with, women have sex all the time to want to feel more loved, and men as well, or having sex to avoid a problem, or having sex to make someone like you more, or whatever the situation means. Does not mean that we're over-sexualizing women. It just kind of means the way that we kind of pick and chose to disseminate the web series. Those episodes just so happen to have sex. Our next episode has actually no sex. Our next few episodes have no sex. But we do understand that some of you have said that you wanted to share this with either a younger person or an older person or really sanctified person, and the cursing and the sex is too much. And we would like this transformative conversation to happen across the board. So as a solution, we're starting a second YouTube channel that will have no sex, no cursing, same episodes, and they'll be edited in the same way. We'll just take the cursing out and the sex. So if you do have a younger person who you want to talk to, a younger sister or daughter or someone that you want to teach about, what real love is, and having a relatable way to open that conversation, you'll be able to do that, and we'll put it below in the description bar. What else?
Opening monologue. Yes, you can see there's some things that I can really talk about. But yes, a lot of you have really, literally taken the opening monologue to heart. It's a Bible for some people. And yeah, I was like, wow. Go ahead.
It's not the end all and be all. One of the things that we have had to deal with is the over-sexualized comment in the opening monologue. First of all, the monologue is going nowhere. We want to welcome each person to each episode saying why we're doing this episode. So for those of you who have been long-time YouTube subscribers, we will start putting it in the description bar where you can fast forward if you do not want to hear the monologue and you want to just kind of start watching the episodes. That's fine. But we also always want to introduce our episodes with the purpose of Black Women That Deserve to Be Loved. Because when you have a web series with that name, you want to kind of open the forum so that conversation can happen. You can have sex and not be over-sexualized. Over-sexualized are like video vixens or women who the parameters of who they are is solely based on their sex or their sexuality or their appeasement.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing. In normal relationships, in a normal situation, and I'm not saying this is every situation, but if a guy is in a situation where he's trying to get out of it and she's backing him into a corner, he may have sex with her. Doesn't mean we're over-sexualizing it. We're just making it more relatable and closer to home. So that if you are in that situation and you are facing those issues, it's kind of like, wow, this is me. What am I going to do about it? Anything else you want to say?
I just want to touch base on, to kind of clear the monologue up, the sexual nature. So but that's it. Like those two things that really bother me. As a filmmaker, and her extensions filmmaker as well in this case. It was her money behind this show. I think it's just important, for us to have thick skin, in the entertainment industry, whether it be web or however you want to look at it, film, TV. It's important to have very thick skin. So the slightest little comments don't aggravate me, but there's some comments that I just feel the need to address. And the sexual nature and the open monologue, I think was very important to address.
We wanted to shout out a few of our subscribers that have been with us from the beginning. Thank you so much for being subscribed to us. At Blazakin.
Yeah, we look forward to your comments.
We do. We really do. Yeah. You were like one of our first subscribers who we didn't know, and you always, like, as soon as we upload a video, you're always watching it and commenting like almost instantaneously. So that's really cool. At Ms. Yems, at Name Brand Films, thank you so much for not only commenting but sharing it. We hope to work together in the future. At Loyalty Last, at Rash B. Also, shout out awards to funny comments on our videos. Even though we don't always respond, we see every comment. We see every email, every message, everything that you send us. It comes directly to our phones. So we see them all. At Pat's Books had a funny comment. At Takia Butler also had a really, really funny comment that made us LOL. You want to tell your social media information so they can contact you?
Twitter, I'm a very simple guy at SB Spikes Jr. That's it.
He doesn't tweet. Neither do I.
I tweet every now and then. Lately, I've picked up just a little bit. I just think that sometimes I'm just busy throughout the day.
Sure.
We have a talent, that we work with, and she's almost at 50,000 tweets. Like, Twitter's her life,
and we do not.
And I'm sorry, I just can't do that. I don't. It's like outside of filmmaking, work and back home, I live a very normal life. I fish a lot.
Okay. And then your Facebook name, so they can friend you on Facebook.
Steven Spikes Jr.
My Twitter is Life Coach Danny A. I am a certified ICF life coach. I don't tweet, but if you do tweet me a question and at me, I will respond. And hashtag deserve to be loved. I will definitely respond there. Also, my Instagram, Life Coach Danny A. If you want a little inspiration during the day. Our Facebook page is the Black Orchid Group. Please be sure to like us. Makes me feel really good. And friend me on Facebook, Danie, D-A-N-I-E, last name A-L-T-I-D-O-R. I am a big Instagrammer, so if you do want to follow my personal page and follow my adventures during the day, it's _just_Danny, D-A-N-I_A. Sorry, I had to think about that a little bit. And thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
Excuse me. I promise you guys, episode 4 is coming soon.
Very soon.
It's coming soon.
Also, we will be doing live streams every Wednesday at 8 p.m. There will be no technical difficulties. Absolutely. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. leading up to an event in Atlanta, live, February the 23rd at 8 p.m. at Red Light Cafe in Virginia Highlands. If you want to join us, it is a free event. We're going to be having a panel discussion, and Upscale Magazine is actually doing it with us, so that'll be really, really cool. Please be sure to come out and say hello. We'd love that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and see you next Wednesday at 8.
Have a safe night.